Welcome to part two of Smart Consumer Spending. We left off yesterday considering our purchasing options, and now we are going to move on into considering project features. All right, so let's take a car for example. What product features might we want to consider? Safety ratings, expected durability, the maintenance required, the hidden costs of ownership, warranties, and environmental impact. Let's discuss each of these. Safety. All right. How many product recalls might this car have? Maybe they had faulty brakes or, a bad steering column. That might be something that you might want to look into and not compromise on when considering what you're uh, spending on. All right. Uh, and is the issues with the safety ratings are these things that you can fix, things that can be repaired or replaced or refunded of the purchase price. So that's something. Durability, how long can you expect the car to last? If you're buying a used car, maybe it's not going to last as long as that brand new car, and you need to think like, okay, maybe I'm spending a lot less, but maybe I'm getting a lot less time with this vehicle. Maintenance, how much will it cost to maintain this vehicle? If you're bringing in an old dumpy car that's really cheap to the shop every week, that cost adds up. Hidden costs, um, how much it costs to purchase extra items such as, you know, uh, new batteries in case the battery of your car dies, accessories that are added on to the car. Um, Warranties, environmental impact. Let's talk, you know, uh, sure you might get a cheap car, but maybe that car is like, an old clunker and it eats up like a gallon of gas every 5 miles you drive, and it's maybe the muffler's really bad and you're just leaving a cloud of smoke behind you. So, these are things that are good to pay attention to. All right. Product price. All right, prices vary widely across sellers. Different versions of the same product might be available in different locations. And even at the same store, you might have several varieties of the same project. You have to rank the priorities of the different product features and determine which option provides the most desired features at the lowest cost. All right, oops. So we'll just skip this. I was going to give you something in class to do with this, but we'll just skip this bottom part of the slide. All right, spending plan evaluation. Before making the purchase, evaluate your spending plan. How much will you pay for the item? Will this item become a contractual expense? What is the trade-off to this purchase? And what is the cost of ownership? All right. And now when I say something like cost of ownership, what does that mean? That is like, how much you're paying to own and maintain a product. For example, if you purchase a car, consider insurance, fuel, licensing, maintenance, and repairs. Those are all costs of ownership. Okay. All right. Cost per use. All right. Let's consider a few things like a prom dress, a pair of jeans, and a gym membership. All right. Let's say you buy, the first two things, you're buying both of them for $100. Now, the prom dress, you wear it once and then you never wear it again. In that case, the cost per use is $100, the full amount that you paid. Whereas, pair of jeans, if you pay $100 for that pair of jeans and you wear it weekly for a year, the cost of use for that pair of jeans is under $2. Assuming you wear it for more than a year, that price continues to drop. All right, which makes it a much more effective purchase. All right, and It's important when you're entering into contracts or when you're just making any sort of purchase to understand what commitment you're making and you know what what use you're actually getting out of the money you spend here. All right, and that's the same thing. Like here, you see the monthly gym membership. Sure, that looks pretty high, but when you look down and, divide out the amount of times you're actually going to the gym, that cost goes down a lot more for you. All right. And you should use this to sort of gauge whether or not it's worth it to buy whatever it is that you're buying. All right. All right. So now when you're making a purchase, be confident with with the company and the staff. All right. If it's the sales personnel, just, speak with them like they're a peer. Prepare yourself in advance to negotiate if there's something that needs negotiation. Uh, Typically, things that you're buying in the store, you won't really need to negotiate, but it's always good to have some, research down. For example, like if you're buying a car, a lot of the car dealerships, people try to sell you at one price, but if you can sometimes talk them down in price. And it helps to have some knowledge under your belt because they know that they can't just pull the wool over your eyes. All right, and it's also good to know the seller that you're going to. Make sure that these are reputable people and make sure that you know that their policies for refund and return or cancellation, whatever it is that might end up happening if it turns out the service or the item that you're intending to purchase doesn't match your needs. All right, online purchases. How can we make safe online purchases? We've talked about this before. Only use secure sites, meaning in the start of the web address, it should say HTTPS. This this is a protocol that encrypts your communication with the web service so that you are not sharing any information with anyone that might be monitoring your web traffic. Make sure to use a credit card and not a debit card because even if that information is leaked, there is a minimum liability for any damages done with that credit card information, whereas a debit card, that is not the case. Review shipping and return policies. You can easily look these up in for anything that you're using, especially since most of the time you're going to be using like Apple or Amazon or one of the big companies. They typically have those things very easy to find and save any documentation. If as much as it's annoying, if there's an option when you're having an online purchase for them to email you a receipt, or if they say like, remember this information, just take a quick snapshot using screen capture or whatever, and just make sure that you have any documentation of a purchase saved in case something goes wrong. All right, and lastly, redress. Process of righting a wrong. If you are not satisfied with a purchase, make sure that you have evaluated their return policy. I know this has been on three slides. It's important. Please do that. And learn if there are laws that protect consumers for the specific item. If you buy something that's faulty and there is harm to you or your property, uh, you might not be alone in experiencing this flaw in the design of a product or in this, uh, you know, rare incidents of the products malfunctioning. There might be others, and there might have already been cases or laws instituted that will protect you uh, in case you suffer from this item malfunctioning. All right. Just a quick summary of what we spoke about. All right, the plan buying process should be used for all purchases. It'll make you an incredibly powerful consumer. The amount of time spent on this process will vary depending on whether it's something that is consumable or reusable. Consumers have a variety of product options, and you should try to explore more than just the first one that pops up. Uh, and you should be critical of the things that you're purchasing so that you end up purchasing the thing that's right for you, the thing that you'll be most satisfied with. All right, guys, this is the end of the smart consumer spending slides. I'm going to be putting up some new work for you guys tomorrow based on this information. Please make sure that you're taking your notes properly, and please don't forget to complete the attendance form. All right, everyone. I look forward to seeing you again, and with that, see you later.